Danielle was known around the hospital as the one who stays longer than she gets paid for. But tonight she had already stayed 2 extra hours. She told everyone she was finishing paperwork. But really, she was waiting for someone. Someone who hadn't had a visitor in weeks. Chapter 1: A patient no one paid attention to. In that bed lay a quiet older man named Mr. Harris, 74, retired carpenter, sharp eyes that seemed much younger than the rest of him. He barely spoke unless someone spoke first, and even then just short answers. Most staff assumed he was just another lonely old patient with no one at home. Everyone had a theory. Some said he had no family, some said his kids didn't care. But Danielle noticed tiny things others didn't. He never complained. Never pressed the call button. Never asked for anything more than water, please. Even in pain he would whisper, "Don't trouble yourself." Something about that bothered her deeply. Earlier that evening, Danielle overheard a conversation between the doctor and the resident intern. The doctor said quietly, "We're still waiting for test results to confirm, but prepare for possible late-stage diagnosis." He didn't say cancer out loud, but you didn't have to. Danielle felt something inside her twist painfully. She'd heard those phrases before. And sometimes patients die without anyone even knowing their final hours mattered. So she decided she wasn't going home just yet. Around 10:45 p.m., lights low, machines humming softly, she pulled a chair beside him. "You need anything before night medicines?" He smiled gently. "You're still here." "Couldn't leave yet," she said. There was silence for a moment before he spoke again, almost a whisper. "I used to build rocking chairs handmade. Back when people still cared about craftsmanship." Little by little, he opened up. He talked about doors he crafted for churches. He talked about a workshop he spent most of his life in. He talked about how wood had memory, how every mark meant something. For the first time, Danielle wasn't talking to a patient. She was listening to a human being full of stories nobody ever asked about. "Your family lives far?" she asked gently. He hesitated. "I suppose you could say that." Then swallowed. "My son hasn't spoken to me in 15 years. Her heart dropped. "What happened?" He looked up at the ceiling as if searching old memories. "I worked too much. I missed too many baseball games. Too many birthdays. When his mother passed, he said I cared more about wood than people." Danielle could see regret swimming in his eyes. Heavy, painful, lifelong regret. "Do you want me to try calling him?" she asked softly. He shook his head. "He's probably better off." "I can't change years, Danielle." She leaned forward. "Maybe you can't change years, but one conversation? That's still something." He didn't answer, but his eyes filled with tears. He turned away quickly, hoping she didn't notice. She noticed. 11 minutes before midnight, the doctor walked in quietly. He looked nervous. "It's confirmed," he said. "Late stage." Then asked if he had family to notify. Danielle expected the man to cry or break down. Instead, he simply whispered, "Thank you, doctor," as if he were being told his car was ready from repair. The doctor left. Silence filled the room. Finally, Mr. Harris spoke. "I should have loved louder when I had the chance." Danielle stepped out of the room, went into a supply closet, pulled out her phone, and hesitated for only a moment before searching his son online. It took her 5 minutes. One phone call. One message. "Your father is in the hospital. He needs you." She didn't mention how much time he had. Some things shouldn't be said over a phone. The hallway was quiet when footsteps suddenly echoed. She turned. A man, mid-40s, nervous, eyes red already, stood at the nurse's desk. "Room 214? Danielle didn't even ask. She just nodded. When he walked in, Mr. Harris looked surprised, then overwhelmed. It was like all the air left his body. His son whispered, "Dad." Just one word. And it broke something open. A lifetime of distance. Melted in a single moment. No yelling. No blame. No anger. Just two people finally choosing each other after far too long. They talked for almost an hour. About childhood baseball. About mistakes. About how love sometimes arrives late but not too late. Danielle quietly stepped out, closing the door, and she cried. Mr. Harris didn't recover. But he didn't pass alone. His son never left his bedside again, not once. After the funeral, The son came to the hospital. He asked for Nurse Danielle. He said, "My father always built things, but you built this reunion. Thank you." Then he hugged her. Not a polite hug. A thank you from the deepest part of someone's heart.